Hello, how are you? Welcome back. Whoa, man, it has been a day. I don't know about you, but today's been cosmically, chaotically chaotic. And so what better thing to do than paint? I have talked a few times in my past sessions about how painting is just a good, one of the many things you can do to be in the moment and try to get away from what you're worried about in the future and what's happened in the past. Hopefully you can just be there with your canvas and your paint and your brushes and make something beautiful and let that be enough. So hi, Bobby Demon Lemon. I'm so glad you're here, sweetie. So here was our painting last week. We had some fun. We were doing a little mashup painting of No Man's Sky and Skyrim. So it was a No Man's Skyrim painting. We've got Winterhold here with these space anom-noms in the sky, and it didn't turn out too shabby. Yeah, so excellent. We will move on to, look, much bigger canvas this time. We're gonna do landscape positioning, and then I'm going to bring up the Discord here to show you guys the inspiration photo screen cap from Magic Within, submitted a couple weeks ago, and I was just perusing back through things people have posted, looking for inspiration, and I just love the colors. Well, my work area, guys, looks like today. It's a visual representation of the day that is today. Hi, Joker. Good to see you. So here's this awesome, oh wait, I'm gonna need to do this brightness thing too. Here we go. So I just love the colors, as I was saying. Check this out. We haven't really done a lot with oranges and reds, and there's definitely going to be some yellow in here as well, because red and yellow make orange, lots of orange. I'm just loving it. I love the sun rays coming through the two trees, and they're those trees. I love they're fat bottom trees, some of my favorites, and they've got these little turquoise bulbies on them. That bright red grass in the background is almost magenta, but not quite. It's just glowing red. And the sun rays, I'm just loving it, you guys. So what I might do, I'm not going to replicate this picture per se, but I'm using it to kind of depict a sweet little picture in my mind. So we're going to have some fun. I might even explore a couple of interesting techniques along the way. So it's so nice to have you, Joker, Bobby Demon Lemon, whoever else out there may be lurking. Hello. Thank you for being here. So our background, we're going to do some great blending, kind of like we do every time. So we're working with a lot of paint, maybe some water. It's all flowing. It's all flowing and mixing and flowing. So be ready. I'm going to work quickly. Follow as you can. If you're watching this later, you can pause and take as much time as you need. Hey, yo, you're in my ear but can't chat. Oh, thanks, Dimash. Thanks for being by. Nyama 10, hey. All you mad fishers. That's so funny. So we've got our cup of water, a paper towel. I happen to be using non-sponsored napkins. And I just pulled out all my yellows, and so guys, I'm moving through all these old acrylic paints I have lying around. One day we'll have money for fresh paints, and one day they'll be back on the shelves in stores. But at the moment, there's kind of an acrylic paint drought, at least where I'm from. So we've got all these cool oranges, though. These were bequeathed to me, and I'm excited to use them. And I have this turquoise for those little bulbies. And then these kind of unloved colors, I was like, what can we do with you? Kind of this weird olive green and then brown those colors never get enough love, right? But I feel like the palette of this inspiration is perfect. Just some regular old brown in case I need it, a bunch of regular old yellows. I'm curious to see the condition that these come out in, because look, I found this yellow. Have you ever seen paint do that? Well, that's when it's gone bad. I don't know what happened in this paint, but all of the pigment has floated to the bottom and separated the liquid, and then this part got solid. So, trash. Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here. Everybody's passing the love in the chat, and I love that. I'm so glad that you all are here. And then black, just in case we need it. I have a tiny little bit of pink. I don't know, we might use this super light pink. It's barely even pink. I have a smattering of other colors in case we want to throw them in. But this is just going to be a beautiful, beautiful. I can't wait for this painting, you guys. I was so inspired by this picture, and I've been thinking a lot about Captain Steve and his little guy Stevie. I've been thinking for a while, I want to do some kind of tribute to Stevie. And so we're going to work a little Stevie into this painting. Not in great detail, but just a little like, boop. So I'm just going to start by giving a little bit of water to this big canvas. I'm working on a big canvas today. So that's why you want to have a big brush, take big strokes. If you have some gesso, that would be appropriate instead of water. Like I said, guys, we're just doing with what we got because it's the quarantine, and it doesn't seem essential for me to go get gesso right now. Hey, everyone. So how is your quarantine going? I hope well. I hope your car works and that you have a good job that you enjoy going to. And I hope that you have awesome shoes that don't hurt your feet, because that's important. Today's colors, yellow, orange, goldy colors, they're comforting, they're warming colors. And so, I'm wearing yellow, I've got yellow flowers in my hair, and I'm painting this yellow painting, and it's all so apropos for a day that might not be going too great. That saying, fake it till you make it. Well, sometimes even if you can't fake it, you could like wear the colors of someone who's happy and then, I don't know, see if something changes. Or just paint a painting and be happy that you did that. So, the canvas is lubricated, and then we're going to start with some white and yellow for our background to start. Did you love that noise? You love that noise? Well, we're very low on white, you guys, and there is a freaking acrylic paint shortage. Crazy. I'll tell you what, the aisles that have been empty that I've seen, it tickles me. It tickles me a little bit. The bleach aisle was empty one day when I went to the store for essentials. Sorry, when I mix my paint, I move the camera. Earthquake! No, it's just me mixing paint. I'm mixing white and yellow together because a lot of yellows are very transparent right out of the bottle. So you can just add a little white and kind of opaque them up, makes them more bright and vibrant. The chip aisle, one of like the best chips around, was like empty. All the other chips were there, but not that one. Yeah, game systems, Xbox, PS4, Switches, all gone. Everything's gone. It's amazing. Great. Oh, I know. Heck yes, Baba Dean Lemon. Me after having tacos. Oh, God. Oh, God, Baba Dean Lemon. Well, yeah, meow. I don't envy you. I know he's a sweet boy, but I don't want more than my own and one other person's set of farts to deal with. Today's like real talk day. We're having a real talk day on Whoa Man Sky. We're talking about all the things that make us go, whoa, man. Because that's the kind of day it's been. Lay off. The world needs to just lay off, right? It's insane. Some crazy, crazy things happening out there. So, maybe if doing a painting is what helps you reset and get ready to take on whatever it is you got to take on, I recommend it. If you don't have paints, do it with whatever you got. So maybe not blood, okay? So I'm taking some plain white right now, you guys, and my canvas is still really, really wet, and I'm just making a big, big circle of white. Big brush strokes, doesn't matter what they look like. You can't even see what I'm doing. I messed up right here. No, you can't mess up this part. You just go big, sweeping motions, lots of paint of white, okay, in the center. Then I'm not even going to wash my brush because this yellow is got a lot of white in it already. I'm going to take that yellow that we mixed and work it in from the corners. So start in the corners. Don't get all up in the white's business yet. We're going to mix it up in a second. You want to surround it with all this beautiful yellow. Like you're hugging it, saying everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. But don't touch it yet. You got to wait for consent and permission. And once you've got it framed all around with the yellow, then you can start to work your way in with big sweeping strokes, overlapping the two, but working your way in. Okay, and turning that wrist as you go. And once you've kind of worked your way, we want to leave a good amount of pure white here in the center. Then start working your way back out. In fact, for some good texture and depth, you can grab a little bit of plain white on your brush. I didn't wash it out, just grabbed it. Oh man, it's super, super blown out. Sorry guys, it's a bright day. I'm not sure about well, it'll get better. It's just because I'm working with bright colors right now and they're really reflecting all the sunlight outside. But we can take some white just on the tip of that brush and sort of place some nice, pretty, radiating streaks around the outside, almost like a ripple in a pond. And so kind of lay that down where you think it's pretty and then blend it out a little bit. So it's not a big streak, it's just a soft streak. Woo! Very wet up there. And when you get some yellow on your brush, you can go back in and sort of work that yellow in a little more soft. You're just pinpointing a nice bright spot there in the center. Pretty, okay? And then, okay, I want to do this fun thing. I'm not even totally sure how it's going to turn out. Well, there you have it. there's like, do you have a bunch of business cards lying around that you're like, why do I have all these business cards? Because I do. Hey, Captain Steve. People joining the chat. J Spot J, what up? No woman's guy. Oh, well, man. Let's see. So many people came in the chat. Let me just catch up here. And then we'll talk about business cards. Tacos. All the freaking tacos. Yeah. Eggplant. Gross. Dang it, guys. Now I want tacos. Hi, Madfish. Oh, Captain Steve, there you were. Now, there you are. Oh, I like that yellow. Hi, Taco Night Tonight. Captain Steve. Hi, Captain. Yeah, everybody's just so friendly. 07. J Spot J, welcome. You guys, for those of you just joining, our inspiration photo was submitted by Magic Within. And this is it. This is the inspo photo. I'm doing a little something different. It's not going to look exactly like this. This is just inspiration. But I love the colors in this, on this planet, okay, and the flora. But Captain Steve, I'm going to put Itty Bitty Stevie in there at the very, very end. So Itty Bitty Stevie tribute. Wondering if I know it's tough to see what's kind of been done so far, guys, because of the lighting be so blown out. And it's white and yellow that we're working with so far. But I'm hoping the next step will be a little bit easier to see. So, business cards. You've got them. You don't need them. Nobody needs them. Well, I mean, you sort of might need some. But look at these. I have so many business cards. I don't even know what these are all for or who they are or when I met them. But I saved them all. So this is maybe like, I don't know what step. I'm going through like kind of the Marie Kondo thing in a very relaxed way. But today's business cards, guys. So yeah, I don't need that one. What's this? Nope, I don't need that one. So you're just gonna need a few, just a few business cards that you don't care about. Limousine service, right? Probably not going to be getting a limousine soon. So, great. I've got about 4 business cards here that I can get rid of. If we need more, I've got so many more. But this is just a fun technique that you can use. Bye, Bobby Demon Lemon. Thank you very much. I'm having a great stream. I'm having a great time here with you guys right now. So one of these bright oranges, hopefully have something fun. I might even do 2. So kind of a bright golden yellow and like this bright orange. Squirt a little bit out on your palette, whatever you're using. I'm using this plate today. Squirt a little bit out. I'm going to do my squirt in a line as well. So I'm kind of pulling the paint across my palette. See that orange over there? Ooh, looks like snot. Old paints. These are pretty old, but hey, I still use them. And the yellow. And that, you can kind of draw that line out as long as a business card, kind of imagine. Actually, I'm going to make my second one shorter than a business card. Just a bit smaller. So we're going to see if this technique, even if we like it, guys, but it's worth a try. Thought it would be interesting. I don't know if it'll work for our purposes, but let's try it. So take your awesome business card tool and dip it like so into your paint. Then kind of imagining that center circle that you want to protect. Take your business card and, you know what, I'm even going to rip this in half. So we got 2. And you can just find that edge of where you want the center to be and pull out. All right. Let's see. It's very bright orange. That's cool. And that's kind of why I was experimenting with this on the background is remember, anything you don't like, you can cover up with a tree or a cloud or a Stevie. And yeah. Hi, Thunder. Welcome. Welcome to the painting stream. Predictive text. Hello, dear. Hi, chat. I'm just popping in and leaving a chat. Just did for Beeble and saw you on. Love your art. I'm heading out for a long jog. Oh, enjoy. Enjoy pumping in all that good oxygen. Awesome. Fabulous. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Hello, Moose. Hello. Cheers, Nimati. I need air big time. Been cooped up for ages. Yeah. Yeah, you're telling me. I mean, I think if you can't tell, Madfish is a little mad today. You know, not like mad, but like mad. Yeah. So, you know, you can just do what feels right here. Wherever you see a spot that you want some radiating outward motion. So that's cool. And then I'm going to try my other color. I actually really like that lighter yellow. So I'm going to get more of that out. The goldenrod yellow. That is pretty cool. No wonder there's so little of it left. So I changed my motion of getting the paint on the business card to more of a up, down instead of a chopping motion. I think that's getting a little bit more paint on the outside of the business card. So we're getting a kind of almost stronger effect, which I'm really loving. Ooh, that one's big. Cool. And let's just go around with kind of a dry business card and see what other little dry brushing you can just get from what's on the canvas. Well, that's super cool and fun. I'm loving it. You might even try just going back over it a little with the original yellow from the background. Let's see what happens. My background yellow is not as thick a paint as the oranges. So it's doing a nice job of just kind of blending and toning in with the oranges while lifting out some of the background yellow once again. You know, and it's so fun to paint with unconventional things. It's really like, you feel like you're breaking rules, and everybody loves to break rules, right? I don't know. I loved your video. Captain Steve painted a No Man's Sky painting the other day and used amazing, oh my gosh, guys, spray paint effects for the nebulas and stuff. And wow, I freaking loved how that turned out, and it was awesome. So, you know, it's fun to you know, experiment or try something you've never done that feels, you know, like, do people even do this? Yeah, go for it. That guy, Eves, you guys know Eves? He's the guy who invented that color blue, and he has just like a canvas. It's just all that one color blue. Well, he also had models dip their bodies in that color blue and then like roll on canvas, so unconventional tools. Awesome. So there's our background started. We're going to put a bunch of stuff over it, but we're going to give it a little second to dry here. Let me catch up with your comments here, guys. Joker, what up? You've been here. You've been here all along. Been cooped up for too long. Yes. Oh, I feel you. Have a fun stream, everyone, and we'll rewatch this later. Thanks. Peace out. Yeah. It makes it look radiant. Yeah. Awesome. This is what we wanted. Pretty cool. I'm digging it. I'm almost thinking about I'm going to try something real quick here. While it's still a little bit wet, I'm going to take my paper towel and take just a tiny bit of white. And I just want to see about softening this edge right here. So I'm kind of scumbling. You guys remember scumbling? Scumbling is a professional art word that's very fun to say. And it signifies tiny little circular motions. And it's kind of like brushing your teeth or how you're supposed to, Supposedly. Tiny little circles. Ooh, yeah. That's pretty. This napkin's terrible, though. It's falling apart. It's becoming a part of the painting. And that's okay. You just don't want it to happen too much. Oh. Getting some orange where I don't want it, but that's all right. We can spruce up that center sunny area later. The main thing is just to blend so much napkin coming off. If you have a napkin that's falling apart, a solution is to just go back for more paint frequently, because the napkin's falling apart because of friction on the canvas with the napkin, right? So just eliminate the friction, lube up with more paint, and you'll be fine. And we'll just fix some of that later. Sometimes your finger is just like one of the best blending tools. In my humble opinion. Ooh, pretty, pretty, pretty. Nice. Awesome. Now it really looks almost like an explosion, right? Which I want it. I want it to just be like, ah! I want you to hear angels when you look at this painting. Bodies, definitely unconventional. Sounds like a fun style or painting. Yeah, it was very interesting. I got interested in him when I studied abroad in London and saw some of his work at the Modern there, I think. So, not conventional. As long as you're being safe, whatever you want to try, I think is cool. Yeah. So this is going to dry. We got to throw down some turf, right? And the turf in our inspiration is that bright, bright red, almost radiant in color. And how did my red escape me? Pardon the view. Oh, pardon you. Yeah, red. Yeah, red. There it is. So bright red, as bright as I could get it. Although maybe I'll just, no, yeah, you can't go back to red, can you? Red and yellow make orange. So this red, it's really thick, and I'm gonna wanna thin it out a little bit with some of our thin yellow. So I'm gonna just see this beginning yellow that you made for the background. I'm just gonna put a little red right into it and then mix that around and see what kind of orange we come up with. That was my definition of unconventional. Yes! Defining a word by itself. Unconventional. Let's see. What color are you becoming? This is becoming kind of a, not an orange at all. The red is very strong. It's kind of a, it's a really pretty lipstick color. This might be perfect for our grass. I'm very happy that this red is so robust, that the yellow's only really serving to kind of brighten it up, I think. Beautiful. That's great. That turned out awesome. So this will be great because we can use the darker red, unmixed, to highlight the grass once we put it down. We'll use this color as our base. And I'm going to go ahead and use, I have a bunch of these kind of bigger wiry brushes, and so this is going to be great for grass because it might give it a little texture as well. I've used leaves and feathers for painting. Very cool, very cool. I was watching one of those just like painting where it's just the painting and it's very visually interesting, kind of eye candy, where the lady was painting with those little ball chains, you know? She was just laying it on, she was pouring paint down and then laying the chain in the paint and then dragging it. Oh, it was so cool. It was so cool. So I don't know, we're gonna be putting some trees in here. So like maybe I want to do kind of a hilly landscape that slopes down to about, well, really, yeah, about here. Like I said, we're not even going to see some of this stuff, right? So that's where I want my little Stevesy guy to be. And then we'll slope back up, I think, for just pleasing to the eye. So let's see. We'll just start with the bottom that we want. And see how the top, if I'm doing little dabbing motions, the top of this horizon line has this little grassy look. It's great. And some of that background sunshine shines through. So there, you kind of define your top so that you can kind of just not worry so much about the underneath and just go at it. So we've got a nice border, and then we can just fill in the rest. Maybe a little bit of tapping near your horizon, so it's still catching light, right? But really down here, we can just sort of fill that in. Maybe a little. I'm not sure what's going to happen down here later. So a little texture is fine. I'm not caring so much about beautiful brush strokes either, because we're going to put so much stuff on top of all this. It'll be good to have our base. And even, I'm going to try adding a little water to this because it's so thick. It doesn't really spread very well. There we go. Just a little bit of water mixed in with that. Oh yeah, I've seen that, Maddie. Very satisfying. Yeah. I almost wish it wasn't so fun to watch because I'm like, I'll get lost. I'll just watch that and the next one will play and then I'll watch it. And then next thing you know, I haven't played any Red Dead, or I was playing Red Dead and someone comes up and shoots me, takes my horse. No, it's really cool. I like those paintings. But I like doing this. I like interacting with my people who enjoy what I'm doing. And I like thinking that I might be helping someone by being like, F whatever you're doing, make a painting. I'm gonna need a little more red. Well, that's cool. Look, it's a little bit darker. So even though I'm not getting the same exact mix, it kind of adds a layer, right? This is one of the hills closer to the viewer. Yeah. So that's a good start. And we're going to have to let some things dry before we continue, sort of. We're going to move to a new color and a new area. So the inspiration photo has two kinds of trees. My favorite little fat bottom trees, which are closer to the foreground. And then off in the distance in that background, whoop, oh, come on. Okay. All right. In the background, you can see a couple different types of flora that aren't the fat bottom trees. The more, some taller almost looking, they do have sort of corniferous looking leaves. And then these other ones are also kind of coniferous looking. So we're going to throw some of those down in the background. In this area. We're still framing this. We're going to keep this little spot sacred, that's the main difference between this painting and the inspiration, is that we're keeping this central area good for some silhouettage at the end. Moose says, let's see, hold on. This is giving me serious Dark Tower vibes now. Ooh, okay. Cool, Joker. You're so right, Mama says. Freaking a-holes. Moose, what happened? Who are the a-holes? Where can I find them? Let me get them. Oh, a-holes. A-holes in Red Dead, I think. Thanks, Joker, for explaining to me and Meow. Yeah, freaking holes. Although I have to tell you, I also had a day yesterday where I was hunting and my horse was packed with a doe already. And I saw a bear and I was like, ah! And I ran after the bear and I got it and then called my horse. And this guy was like running around me and stuff. And I was like, he's not killing me yet. So what's up, dude? You know? And he so I switched out the bear for the doe and the bear skin. And he picked up my doe and put it on his horse. And then we rode to the nearest butcher and I was like, all right, cool, man. Yeah, take that doe. That's cool. And then he dropped the doe in front of the butcher and walked away. He was just carrying my extra hunting gear stuff. You know, It was really nice. Anyway, nothing like minding your own doing some fishing and someone comes up and shoots you in Red Dead. Exactly, exactly. I mean, you kind of just have to laugh about it. Fortunately, there isn't major lossage when it happens. You know, I think that was smart on Rockstar's behalf, being like, we don't want people to kill themselves over this game. So fat bottom trees make the rockin' world go round. They certainly do. This world right here. The one we're creating in our minds. Yes, so these trees. Let's see. You know, we have regular old brown any old time, but browns do get forgotten. So we're going to use the old brown first. Old brown, new brown, wait your turn. And then we also have this cool kind of olive green color. And let's do something outrageous. Turquoise. So I'm going to do two different styles of trees, and one it's going to have the green leaves, and the other one will have turquoise leaves, but they'll both, no, we're changing, wait, let's see, because I also have this minty green that I have around that it's just so pretty. I want to use it. I want to use it to its most extent. So we're going to use that, and the turquoise for the foliage, and these two colors for the trunks. So, yeah, awesome. I want these paints to feel loved, you know? Oh, this brown won't even open. Woo! There we go. How are you? Welcome to the fresh air. So, I gotta break out the big guns. I need a bigger palette. Boom. So, a little bit of brown. It's always better to squeeze out just a little and need more than to have too much and then have your plate look like this. I kind of like it. It's almost like a piece of artwork at this point, but it's interesting. Oh, this is pretty. You guys, this paint. Oh, it's sad that this is an unloved color. What are you called? Green gold. This is called green gold. And it's so pretty. These are really thick, so I'm just going to show you guys. Look at that green. It's so pretty. Why does nobody use you? Well, I'm going to use you. I'm going to use you all up. Sad. People think that like brown things and green things, things that look like baby poop, are bad. Guys. It's a little warm in here. I'm warm. So not only is today the most chaotic day from Cray Cray Town, or in a series of days from Cray Cray Town, but yeah, it's warm. It's heating up. I think people are going a little cuckoo banana pants, but that's just my opinion. And Maddie and I went outlaw late last night. We did. Shh, we weren't supposed to say anything. We murdered a bunch of people. Fat bottom trees, Garrick. Do you have any goose muck, green or crushed caterpillar yellow? I'm a fan of olive. Great. I preferred Popeye. I preferred Popeye as well. I thought olive was a little bit of a ninny. So with our darker brown color, we're going to make some, I'm using kind of a medium to small brush here that has a nice, you can paint with it the thin way or the thick way, whichever way is going to suit your needs. So I'm actually going to use it the thin way, holding it vertically to make these taller brown trees. So a few of them, I want them to kind of frame this area. And they do have some branches, I think. So start from the base, because when you have the most paint on your brush, you're going to get a thicker placement of the paint. So start at the base where the trees are naturally thicker. And even fill that down a little bit, I think. There. Uh-oh. My brush needs a little coaxing. What I meant by coaxing is I'm going to press it against the plate in the form. I want it to be a little more thin edged like that, and it was getting all weird. So do another one. And don't worry about these lines being super straight. They are trees after all, so they should be kind of organic looking. It's procedurally generated anyway, so yeah, just whatever comes out of your hand is good. You're going to make trees that you're like, oh man, I wish those existed in No Man's Sky, maybe. And that's all right too. So these ones are a bit taller than the next ones that we're going to make. And we're not even necessarily going to see all of them because we're putting those fat bottom trees in the foreground. We'll see. I don't think I'm going to see this area, so I'm going to leave that. And put one over here. I'm just imagining that my fat bottom trees are going to be here, here. And so really, maybe just one more. Kind of trying to cluster as well. And then we've got this other type as well. So our other tree is going to have this smaller stature and shorter little branches because it's the foliage is more clustered in cone shape. They're sort of, so we'll do some of these here. That red is still real wet. I think those older acrylics are meant to not dry as quickly, but that's okay. Because as usual, even when you're blending kind of like this, if you're picking up background paint, that whatever that background is reflecting light. And that color of the light changes because it's reflecting off the color of the item it's reflecting off. So any of this blending type stuff you're getting on that trunks of any trees from your grass, guys, it looks cool. It's not a mistake. It's like light reflecting off the grass and up onto the tree bark. So don't freak out if your background's not dry yet and it's sort of mixing like that. I'm just giving them the hint of branches. I'm not even sure how much those will show because of the foliage we're going to put on, but just in case, we'll give it some arms. 2 arms, 2 arms. Hi, Michael Stapp. Welcome. I'm doing well, you know, holding things together, doing our best. You know what? Painting is the perfect thing to do when you're feeling a little bit like, And so, to be honest, Michael Stapp, I'm feeling a little but I'm really happy to be here with you. Relationship goals. Find you someone who talks to you like Madfish talks to her paints. Aw, Joker. Oh, that's funny. That's sweet. I mean, yeah, if you can't treat someone better than a tube of paint, then F you! And let's be clear, let's treat people like a forgotten tube of paint. So these are cool. I'm loving this green, guys. It looks awesome. It's sort of, I rarely ever work with these colors. I just don't necessarily gravitate towards warm colors. I'm a big fan of rich, royal, like, not royal and rich. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say gem tones, like ruby, emerald, sapphire, like those deep. See that? That's my original art, like when I'm not theming it. I go grab branches and do origami and put it all together. But yeah, these colors, they're really cool. And they're just not what I would normally like put in my closet or in my home, but I love how this looks. And some people, this is their colors, you know. Oh, this one got a little bigger than the rest. That's all right. Cool. So I don't know, guys. That one's a little weird looking. Might cover that up with some mineral deposits or something. Finishing touches. But great. So now we have our trunks laid in, and we're gonna do our foliage. I've given this just a second to dry. I'm gonna catch up with comments and then maybe throw a few clouds up in the sky. Let's see. Hey, Michael Stapp is here, and I read that. I'm chilled. Thanks. How are you? You're chilled? Oh, like chillin'. Not like, ooh. Doing very well. Headed home from work. Well, I'll have a wonderful, safe commute. Well, that's good, Michael. Hey, Meow Meow, I played that game for about 3 hours yesterday. It was pretty cool and interesting so far. Awesome. Subnautica? Are you playing the Meow Meow 10 game that she's doing right now? Very cool, Michael. I may have to add it to my list. Oh, no. You guys were talking about, what was the game called? I remember that you were talking about a game, and I can't remember the name of it. Terrible memory, like a goldfish. But see, that's why I'm even better at being in the here and now. It might drive some people crazy, but here and now, it's all it's about, really. Yeah, tell me which game, guys. I can't remember, but it sounded cool. All right, so foliage colors, minty green and turquoise. Sometimes warm and cool do go together, especially if you're trying to do some cool contrasting stuff, some alien stuff, things you wouldn't see on Earth. Ooh, that's pretty. This turquoise is gorgeous. So I'm going to use for this first, the tall ones, I've got a brush that is small to medium, but with nice wiry bristles. So we're going to test this guy out and see what kind of cool effect we can get just from those bristles being rougher. And So you don't want to have too much paint on your brush. So dip it in your paint, especially because this paint is so thick, you guys. Gosh, I might even water this down a little. There we go. Just a little, I just dipped my brush in some water and then brought it back over to my palette on the side of the paint spoosh and then mixed it in. And so now it's just that whole paint is just a little bit runnier and easier to tap off some of the excess so that your brush is not overloaded with paint. And then these little coniferous trees are going to have little, I'm going to keep the foliage close to the branches and kind of in line with them. So just giving it like a pipe cleaner effect. And just dabbing away along the branches. And gosh, doesn't that turquoise look so cool against the bright, bright background? I love yellow. Yellow contrasting with cool colors. Purple, yellow and purple, yellow and turquoise, always. Can't miss. Can't miss every time. It's gorgeous. And I'm just dabbing, light dabs, not like this. Is that it? Did I do it? Not like that. Don't do it. It's just like your brush is almost vertical or perpendicular to the canvas, up and down, up and down. Cool, cool. It's looking good. You can add little extra offshoots that don't have the brown basing. You can just kind of do a little. Whatever feels right. You know, I kind of want to have a nice, like, kind of sheltered look to this little glen that Stevie's hanging out in. So these, you know, new offshoots I'm putting in, I want to add to that framing, that kind of adorableness. These trees are awesome. I really like them. Going to lurk and do dad stuff. Looks awesome, Madfish. Well, thanks, Joker. Ooh, I missed. Let's see. You guys have been firing it up in here. Journey to the Savage Planet. All right, so that's the name of the game. Savage Planet. Cool, cool, cool. Gameplay is pretty nice. Good. The creatures look hilarious. The creatures are pretty awesome. The graphics and landscapes are quite beautiful. Cool. Have fun, Joker. Yes, do the dad stuff. That's awesome. I can hear Dimash cringe. It's true. Yes. He's heard that joke so many times. These trees look like they're like cheering. They're like, yeah! These are Galarac trees. If I was on a planet and I was naming this tree, I would name it Galarac because he always comes into the chat with the little \O/. Oops, I started one really low there. That's okay. Okay, that's a baby one. Baby plant. Remember, some of this won't be seen, so don't be too precious about it. All right, cool. Looking good so far. So that's our first set of flora. And then our second set, we're going to use these fun little brushes. Have you ever wondered what this guy's for? The moments like these. And I've got my pretty minty green here. And so it's kind of like, you know how your mama always said, use what you got? Well, this brush has got a little curved shape to it. And so we're going to use what it's got to great effect for these smaller flora. And these trees kind of have like a sloped down foliage. They look kind of conical in the end, but they do also have some separate. So I'm just angling all my paint strokes kind of downward. I'm making a fake one over here. And every time I go back for more paint, I'm dabbing some of that excess paint off on my palette before I return to the canvas. Because these trees just, we want to keep some of the bristly effect of the brush itself, making those leaves look organic. See how I'm kind of alternating as well? And I had a feeling that minty green would stand out really good on that red grass. I wanted to use lots of color today. We've done a few kind of almost monochromatic or, you know, limited coloration paintings the past couple times. So fun. We've done some really nice little bits of framing. A little bit closer view for you guys. And we've framed that beautiful sunspot quite nicely with a couple different flora. That's super beautiful. And now our fat bottom trees, which I'm so excited about. And we'll want some orange. They're kind of a deep brownish orange. And I want to keep it bright. I don't want it to be too brown and dull. So I'm mostly going to stick towards the orange side of things and see how it goes. I'm going to catch up with you guys here. Oh, yeah. All the little people. Hey, yeah. Those are all the little Galarac people. Slow-mo yay from start to finish for yay Galarac. Awesome. Thanks, Mel. That was super cool. All right. I'm actually going to take some of that brown I have left over from these trees and mix it with my yellow, all my oranges and yellows and reds on this palette and see what we turn out with. So I'm scooping up the brown from my other big palette back onto my orange palette. And now we're just going to mix all these. Orange, yellow, red, more orange, brown, just slightly. A really pretty kind of orangey brown anyway. And let's see what kind of beautiful poopy color we can make. It's very poopy. Let's see. Okay, come together. All right, that's pretty. It's like this really pretty peanut butter color. Yeah. I like it. I think I'm going to add a little bit more orange to it, or at least on the side of my palette so that I can maybe double dip and do some cool streaky bark as we lay down the base. Cool. So we've got this peanut butter brown and some nice dollop of orange on my palette. So now, first I'm going to do kind of an outline. I'm just going to give myself the basic structure of the tree I'm building. So these fat bottom trees, obviously they have a big fat bottom. They're kind of pear-shaped and they go up. So I'm going to start with just my peanut butter color and give myself the skeleton, the bones of the tree. So fat bottom, I'm just going to start with a little smiley face. They do have kind of some cool roots that come out of them. Don't they have roots? They have roots. These do anyway. Procedurally generated. And this is bigger than all the other trees because it's closer to us, is the idea here. And it's going to go all the way off the top of the canvas. All right, so we got one fat bottom tree. And we'll go ahead and kind of finish it off. But now I'm going to fill it in, grabbing some of that orange on my brush sometimes as well. And so let's start from the top and work our way down. So I'm just filling it in and making it, giving it a little bit of texture, almost like it has a bark. So I'm going in segments and kind of painting so it seems like there's this falling bark effect, and there's layered. This tree started as a baby and it grew, and so these are the little stacks of bark that I'm just doing with my brush strokes and a little hint of another color. So I'll hold that up close to you in a moment so you can really see the effect of painting with unmixed paints. Two colors on one brush that aren't mixed. One of my favorite effects to do. You might even focus that orange on the side of the tree that's facing the sun, so that's how this tree looks when it's picking up light, right? So definitely all up and down this side of the tree, you want to have a little bit of brightness. Reflected off that side of the tree. We got a paint dingleberry. There you go. That was kind of cool. Turned out all right. So let me just hold that a little closer to you so you can see. And we'll put the other one in there. See those brush strokes? You can see the two different colors just intermingling, but not quite blended all the way. And it gives great texture. It's super fun. I love painting that way. So we're going to do the other one on this side now. And these kind of really bring the whole forest, the whole picture together. They're framing our little Stevie guy, which we'll do near the end. The turquoise is really popping. Looking great, Maddie. Thank you, Meow. And thank you for the Discord link. If you guys have any suggestions or what I mean is inspirational photos, things you think would look good in a painting, please post them in my NMS screenshots tab in my Discord. I do sometimes peruse through there, as we did today. This photo submitted by Magic Within. So I might use you as my inspiration. Really cool planet. This must have been a delight to explore. Cool. So I'm just looking at the leaves on these trees. The leaves don't really show in the photo because they're totally off the map, but maybe we'll have some little hanging down, something or other coming down from up there. So this one, we'll just put those bones down again, give ourselves an outline to follow. This one can be maybe not quite even with the other one, maybe a little higher. I really feel like I'm painting with peanut butter now. And this one can kind of go off the edge too. All right. So on this one, the orange, more orange side will be this side. How's everybody doing? Good? I hope so. I feel in the zone. I'm in the painting zone. That's the thing. You may not start your painting session feeling 100% in the here and now, but what the practice of starting, just start. And it might not be painting for you. Maybe it's working on a car. Maybe you don't feel like it and everything sucks. But if working on cars is what brings you peace, it's something you can control. It's something that you enjoy. Just sit down and do it. The practice of doing it will reward you with at least a few moments of, where you're just able to breathe. Because sometimes when times are real crazy, like they are, it can be hard to feel like you can breathe. And so whatever it is, it might not be painting, it may be just watching me paint, and that's so sweet, and I appreciate that. But I hope you take some time for you to find that thing. Another good one to be in the here and now and force yourself to not think about what's ahead and what's behind you is juggling. So, I encourage you maybe to learn how to juggle. And if you want, I'll teach you. Yeah, I can juggle. It's super fun. I don't do crazy tricks or anything, but I can juggle. 3 balls in the air. And that's a good one because you have to be in the here and now or you drop the ball. You're literally going to drop a ball. And there's no big consequences if you drop that ball. Just a ball. So yeah, find your thing. Maybe it's reading a book. Some people love to read and that does it for them. And I wish I loved to read more. Or like that I felt like I had the time to read or something. I don't know what it is. Maybe that's all excuses. And you might be a better artist than me, y'all. So please, improvise. Make your own beautiful No Man's Sky with these colors. And my style is just a bit impressionistic, and I'm okay with that. I'm going to start offering private art lessons. I already do have a private art student who's 12. So, I'm good for people whose skill level is that of probably a 12-year-old or less. But if you're like, if you're like 54 and you want to paint, but you don't know where to begin, and you want some coaching from this MadfishMagpie, oh man, I'm here for you. I can come up with some great projects specifically designed just for you. because that's how I do. That's how I do my teaching is I don't have kind of like a canned class instruction. I have projects that I love to do with people, but I really want to hear what your goals are. You know, you're like, I want to start a hobby. Great. We can figure out some fun things for you to do, some styles that work for what your skill level is. Man, I love these trees. I want to just paint these trees forever. Oh, it's really turning out quite nice, actually. So, yeah, I think there's like definitely some things I'm going to have to bring in some mineral deposits and maybe some more grassy effects in here. So maybe we'll augment that red a little bit and towards the pink realm. It was bound to happen, right? But then we're going to have our little Stevie, little silhouette guy up there. He's going to be so cute. I can't wait. But there's our big old fat bottom trees. We're going to let them dry. In the picture, they also have some cool growths on them. So we will be adding some growths once that's all dry too. We're getting there. We're super doing great. Hi, Techno. Oh, Jesus. Oh, man, that was crazy when you fell through that planet. Holy crap. And your reaction was amazing. You're incredibly relaxing to watch. Oh, thanks, Meow. That helps for stress, too. Doesn't taste like peanut butter, that's for sure. Don't eat the paint. Don't eat the paint, please. Moose says, working on the car and feeling of getting it done is great. The only poopy part is when you can't find that one socket that always goes missing. Yeah, it's true. Man, I wish someone who liked to work on cars lived near me because this is one of the sources of my current woes. But we're here now, so let's not worry about that. Yep, seems to always be the 10 millimeter. Hey there, Techno. Yeah, welcome to the painting stream. It's come along great. Our inspirational photo for today. We're not trying to replicate it. We're just using the beautiful colors and flora as our inspo. So this was submitted by Magic Within. Thank you so much for the inspiration. It's done us well, I think. We painted with business cards. We painted with the little fan brushes that nobody ever loves. We're using colors that people don't love. And it's coming out great. So, since this needs to dry before we put on the bulbies, and this actually space is dry, that's where our little Stevesy is going to go, but our bottom here is pretty dry as well. I want to see, before we put in some mineral deposits, I'm going to see what I can do with the red to texturalize the foreground of that pretty grass. So here was the red that we started with. So I'm going to put a little bit of it unmixed on my palette. Then on one side, I'm going to squeeze out a little bit of this super light pink. You can barely even see it. It's so light. Just a little squirt right next to it. And then thinking, actually darkening a tiny bit. So I'm going to put the smallest drop of black ever next to the other side of that red. All right, so if you can see it, it's right there. Well, that was super exorcisty. Was that exorcisty for you guys? I felt like suddenly I was like in the garage. There's some kind of delay. I'm trapped in a weird episode of Supernatural. Okay. Techno, hi, Mama. I'm just falling asleep. Gonna drift off. Aw, Techno. Shall I sing you a lullaby? Drifting to the musical Mad Voice. That's the way, Techno. Aw. You guys are sweet. Okay, so I think I'm no longer possessed by demons, and I'll continue. If you guys didn't get that choppiness, then I probably sound really weird right now. All right, I'm going to mix some of that red with the pink. Just a little. And I'm also going to mix it with black. Black goes a long, long way. So I hopefully won't use too much of it. I want to darken up that red and see what comes out. My thinking is we're going to lay in some highlights and lowlights and then come back over with the regular old red and brighten it up again. We're just going to try and see how that works out. And we're going to use these wiry brushes, really stiff, wiry brushes, so we can get a good looking grass effect. Putting some of that original red back on there because I mixed all of it. We're going to want it in a bit. So I'm going to start with my highlights. So the brighter pink, or the one you mixed the pink, the red and pink here, we're just going to, closer to where the sun is, we're going to just tap that lightly into the grassy areas that would be picking up that sunshine. And then where the trees are, they're going to be casting some shadows. So we'll stay away from that section. But where there aren't trees, that sunlight can be peeking all the way through to the bottom. And I don't know, I'm just throwing it all around over here because it's probably dappling through just a little bit of light and texture. Maybe a little bit of light almost everywhere, and then we can darken where the shadows are. Cool. So then we can go back through. Yeah, I'm not even going to clean that brush. I'm just going to use the same wiry brush with that darker tone of red that we mixed and bring that down sort of from the bases of each tree. I'm going to switch to a new brush because, you know, the fresher, the less paint in the wiry brush, the better, because that's going to maintain that, ooh, yeah, way better. It'll maintain the fresh, grassy, chopped up look. Less paint saturated your brush. So obviously the fat bottom trees are going to have a big shadow. So most of what's coming down from them should be sort of the shadow with just that little bits of highlight poking through is enough. All the noise from the clacking of the eagle. You know, so after my injury last year, I would fall asleep to Bob Ross. So it's a compliment to me, Techno, that you're falling asleep to my stream. Because I would fall asleep to Bob Ross, and it was so relaxing. But every now and then, when he, beats the devil out of it, and he cleans his brush, and he goes wacka 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 on the on the I don't know his work table, I would wake up. So it was quite relaxing most of the time. It's pretty. Still okay. Just trying to break up all that bottom area, give everything a really fuzzy, grassy feeling, because this is a fuzzy, happy painting. Steve D is like the sweetest little space alien ever, and we want to make his environment feel like he's not going to get eaten by crazy feline predators. So yeah, I'm now going to take just some fresh, unmixed, bright red that we started with on a new wiry brush and just kind of pop that back in select areas where I'm feeling like, oh man, I want this. That was one of the things that attracted me to that photo was that bright, freaking glowing red. So where my shadows aren't, I'm going to just highlight the highlights with the original red tone. And I'm using this wiry brush as a flat one. So there's the thin way and the thick way. And so I'm using it vertically to have some thin, grassy pops of bright red color. We can even do some real good kind of grassy effects in the shadow of the tree. The overlap up on this fat bottom. That was a little thick. Oh well. It's the edge of the painting. No one will ever know or care. Yeah, that bright red. I'm glad we did this because it's so bright and it's part of the contrast with the minty green and the beautiful turquoise. This red also just offsets everything else. Pow, pow! Everything is just blam coming off of this canvas. And I'm just kind of covering all the bases of the trees with that little pop of red grass. Because the bases, we can see they're unfinished. It's just like a brush stroke. This is going to give it that. It's actually of this earth. I grew here. This is my spot. Cool. All right. So I'm going to hold that up close so you guys can kind of see a little better even. Walking home. Okay, honey. All right. Walking home. Good luck. I hope it's not too hot out there. Go away, Drive Genius. I don't need you. So here. Check this out. Up close, that bright red. Isn't that pretty? Woo! Alrighty, and then we have got an adorable little Stevie to put in here, and he's gonna be purple for the most part, because we're mostly gonna do his silhouette. I'm a little nervous about trying to do a detailed Stevie yet. I need to get a really good picture of a Stevie from the NMSA to do a proper portrait of him. I do want to do that eventually, but today Stevie is just watching the sunset, and he's just thanking his lucky woe-man sky stars that he's not on a feline aggressive planet. So little Stevie, they've got beaks and little owl ears. Really, he's just going to be kind of like a tiny little circle off here in front of the sunshine. And maybe he's got a little tail. Okay, just a little one. And he's got his little head here. And I think they kind of have little feathered out ears. Some of them do. I like those ones. And I don't know, do we see his beak? Maybe slightly out the front here. So we'll give him a little beaky beak. And he's got a cute little arm, maybe that sticks out. And his feet, of course, are just kind of, he's probably sitting on his haunches, sitting back. And let's see, we can give Stevie some color reflection from the plants on his back. He's probably got some reddish light reflecting the shadow in front or behind him. And then he's probably also got a little bit of highlight from the sun hitting his front. So I'm gonna, do I have any good yellow left? No, it's all been mixed into peanut butter. So I've got, I think this yellow has not separated. There's something wrong with this yellow. It doesn't want to come out very well. But I like this yellow because it's already mixed with some white, I think. So, ooh, it's just got a big plastic dude, barrier. All right, cool. So I think we'll just use it right out of the bottle like this, because I'm using a teeny tiny detail brush, just a tiny bit of yellow to put on little Stevie's beak, just the front of his beak there. Boop, boop, boop. And maybe the tips of his feathers, the top of his little head. All right, so that's the back of Stevie's head. He's pretty cute. It's just a silhouette. Guys, I'm not good at details. So there's Stevie watching the sunset. He's so cute. I'm gonna throw just a tiny bit more of that grassy redness around Stevie's butt. He probably found a nice, good, cushy place of grass to sit and watch this beautiful sunset. And I'm going to go a little bit more crazy with the bright red. I love the bright red. And because we put down 2 different reds to highlight and shadow this bright red, it's coming through still. You don't want to cover up all your highlight and shadow, but this is the color of that planet. It's bright freaking red. So I really want to bring that texture back into all the corners, the texture of that bright red. The shadow and highlight do still come through, so don't cover them completely. That's why I'm doing a lot of dry brushing with this. I'm picking up, when I go to get more paint on the brush, I'm using a wiry brush and very little paint on it. If you get too much paint on it, dab it out on whatever surface, your paper towel or your palette, and try to just make light tapping motions. I would say tapping is different from dabbing. It's like dabbing, but with less pressure. So yeah, there's that. My big old fat bottom trees are still pretty wet. I think I'll take some of this pretty purple and just do the hint of some foliage from up here. Stevie is the focus, so I don't want to detract from him in any way. So I'm just gonna hint at it. It's up there, you can't see it. And whatever it is kind of a pinkish purplish thing. Reddish purple, sorry. And whoop, some kind of palmy looking thing. And I'm just painting with red and purple on my brush. And I just love how that two-tone looks. If you want to be dramatic about it, like dip half your brush in the purple and half your brush in the red, and then like do a stroke like that. Very cool. I'll hold that up close to you guys here. So the bulby bits that I wanted on this guy can sort of match its foliage. I'm just going to do quick little turned strokes in a purple. That'll kind of give a nice cohesive juxtaposition of purple to little Steezy there. Then I'm gonna because my tree is still wet, I'm just getting fresh paint on my brush every single time so that I'm not running into major mixing issues. Those look great. Super fun. Well, you guys, that's about it for the painting today. I hope you enjoyed it. Little Stevesy, he's so happy in his little forest where he's protected. Stevie Nips. Oh, yeah. Joker. Great idea. Show us your town, Dimash. Skipping home, the live stream. Oh, that's great. Oh, how funny. It's like the opening to the Mary Tyler Moore show. Oh, sorry, I bumped the camera there. That would be all privacy invasion, I think. My bad. Stevie, really? Stevie is chilling, smoking some nip-nip, taking in the sunset. Exactly. He's showing us how life should be lived. Dimash says, phone gonna die soon. See you in a bit, love. Chat, I'll have a Dimash doom ready when I get back. Yeah, awesome. Moose, love the stream. Madfish painting looks awesome. Thanks, Moose. Thanks every one of you for being here and helping put a smile back on my face. And I hope I put a smile on yours. And I'll see you guys next Thursday. We are going to do another Galarac-inspired mashup. Or, well, it's really Dimash-inspired, but Galarac's too clever for us to let it pass by, which would be the, what is it? No Iron Man Sky. No Iron Man Sky. So I'm dreaming up another mashup painting for you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you.